Did you kill anybody tonight? How many? I'm tired of being afraid. When I'm Empress, I'm going to make everyone else afraid instead.
That's it. The Lord Regent's done. Farewell to Hiram Burroughs, you scheming piece of shit. Now we can bend the law to pardon our past crimes, Corvo. We'll find Dowd, the assassin the Lord Regent sent to butcher the Empress. Then you can have your revenge. We'll have to move fast to clean up his mess. The armed forces will do their job. Martin has control of the overseers, and you, Trevor, do whatever it is you do with Parker.
That's Lord Trevor Pendleton to you. Without me, you'll never command the nobility. They'll tear you apart like a fish.
Sorry, Corvo. We're nervous. Your work is done, and ours begins. The coronation will be an impromptu affair, but it still requires much preparation. Most of it we can handle, but there is the matter of security. Emily will be vulnerable to whoever killed her mother. I doubt history will repeat itself, but you must be sharp and wary tomorrow.
He's right. Rest. Restore yourself. Raid Piero's wares. Restock your ammo and make yourself ready. Just in case.
To Corvo, the man who served to change the course of history.
To Emily Caldwell, and the new dawn rising for Dunwall and the Empire.
Have you given Emily much spiritual education? The 7 strictures? The litany and the white cliff?
Sometimes when you come home, you smell like blood.
I lack the qualifications.
My great-great-grandfather conquered the Isles.
Hi.
But then he got poisoned.
Perhaps you ought to send her to me, and soon. She is a spoiled child.
Emily will revoke the warrant
if she's to be yours.
Until then, legally there's still a fairly lavish reward, so I'd keep your head down and your mask on, if I were you.
We do all this work, all this risk, so that a child can assume leadership of an empire in chaos. I give us very slim odds. All of us. Morgan isn't really lurking in the storm sewer, is he? No. It's crazy. Just a dream.
You are one of the deadliest men I've ever met. If I had 100 of you, would rule the
Samuel, you move like you've been drinking. Did the poison work its magic? Is he dead?
It better have worked. It cost me a month's profit.
Yes, sir. I believe Corvo has breathed his last. Just as you wanted.
You've done a fine job, then.
Remember, we need the body. If we come forward with the corpse of the man who murdered the Empress, we'll be greeted as heroes.
Yes, it'll grant us legitimacy. We'll be the men who rescued Emily and brought down the Lord Regent and his assassin. You'll see to the body, won't you, Samuel?
Yes, sir. Why I keep sticking my neck out for you eludes me. But I only gave you half the poison, Corvo. They were watching me do it, but not close enough. Maybe you'll survive it. I can hardly blame them for turning on you, after all the people slaughtered in the name of this cause. Those are crimes of state, and maybe they figure it'd be too hard to control Emily with you around. Could be they're right on that score. I'll drop you in a boat, and then I've got to ship out myself before they smother me in my sleep. That's the next thing. Makes the most sense. If you're lucky, you'll wake up and find your way out of this doomed city. If not, well, goodbye.
This is the one who was with the Empress when she died. Poisoned. Tibian stuff.
Amateur work. He'll live.
That's up to Dowd.
Talks to you when you visit his shrines. I visited those shrines too, and I know what it felt like to shove a blade into your Empress. But I don't know you, who you are, and who you fight for. You're a mystery, and I can't allow that.
Here you are at last, in a ruined and drowning world, held captive by the man who killed your Empress, the assassin Dowd. Your friends poisoned you and dumped your body in the river. Did they do it to protect themselves, so no one would ever know what they'd done? Or was it because they were a single move away from controlling an empire, and they knew you'd never let them manipulate Emily? Maybe none of these. Perhaps that's just the nature of man.
here?
Hard to say, but we should watch the streets. Let's look on the rooftops.
All right. If nothing else, you can cut him off at the market.
He can't get through the rail station without the key.
This one is resourceful. He'll find a way.
Everything in the village stink of their enchanted flesh.
Prisoner we took. The bodyguard who was with the Empress seems to trouble him gravely.
Yes. I feel that we've reached a turning point tonight.
Yes. Good luck on your assignment. If you're committed to me.
Move unseen, stay in shadow, and avoid the light. Cross to the other side of the room without attracting notice.
sir.
May I not have a
Your home beaten us, sir. These killed men who have no equal in the Isles. I'm afraid you'll kill me, too. You said this couldn't happen, sir.
I didn't think it could. I always thought one of you, the strongest of you, might kill me. But not a stranger. A man not trained in our methods. But perhaps he will. Remain on watch, and kill him if you can. Maybe he'll surprise us both. So he's dead. Farewell, Lord Regent. Royal Spy Master, Hiram Burrows. So he's dead. Farewell, Lord Regent. Royal Spy Master, Hiram Burrows. You small, worried man. You'll never know how many times I've thought about trying to get close to you again. Just to put a piece of sharp metal in your eye. But someone beat me to it. Someone very dangerous, it seems. Good riddance to you, sir. So many schemes you had, and so many contracts. How many people did I kill for you? None like the last. None like her. I'd give back all the coin if I could. No one should have to kill an Empress.
When the single bird These strange things were drowned and forgotten. Some of them are still breathing. The water is so cold, and it's the last thing they feel.
Round people up because there's a cure?
They're city guards. They're supposed to protect people.
They did. They protect the healthy people from people like us, the sick ones.
I'm not that bad. Some people pull through, right? Don't they?
1 in 1,000. 10,000 probably.
Any chance I'll take. When I get out of there and get better, I'm going to do right this time. A fresh start. This time.
Goodbye, my boy. Strange. You don't look ill. You're not a victim, not a guard. A spirit from the void, maybe. Another wagon comes every few minutes. How many do you think have died? They say 1/3 of the city. I wouldn't have believed it, but I saw the mound of corpses myself. They dropped us in it. I don't blame them. I know why they do it. But I only wanted to die at home.
Running every couple of minutes now. We just need to get on top of it and ride out of here.
Okay, great, smart guy. And what do we do when we hit the wall of light on Red Short Gate? We'll be fried.
We'll worry about that when we get there. I don't hear you with any better ideas.
That's because you've got fat in your ears. Those tall boys are just waiting for a chance to cut loose. We get power to their lights, and they'll go off to hunt plaguers. We can slip right past.
Kill what?